We've all been taught by the media that all men think about is sex. Of course, this may be true for a percentage of the male population. However, there is something that almost all men need more than sex, even more than love. And it's something that most women don't give men. In this video, I'm going to talk about just that. Oftentimes, women will treat their man how they would want to be treated. After all, we can only truly empathize with ourselves, so drawing conclusions from these feelings may seem logical. However, we need to realize that men and women are wired a bit differently, and this difference is important to know if you want a man to feel that burning desire deep within. Oftentimes, a woman may shower a man with gifts, toys, sex, hugs, kisses, and yes, each and every one of those things has its time and place. But there is one universal thing every man craves from his partner. It's respect. Now, I know this may seem sexist or a bit harsh, but I'm not saying that if you respect him, he doesn't have to respect you. I'm simply making the observation that this is what a man requires from his partner to feel the type of bond and devotion that lasts a lifetime. So what does it mean to show a man respect? It means that a man wants to be shown appreciation, even when he fails. He wants to be seen as the hero, the knight in shining armor. He needs someone that holds him in esteem and gives him the confidence he requires when the going gets tough. It may sound easy, but it isn't. Based on my observation and work with many women, there are so many things that men and women do to create the air of disrespect for each other. So, without further ado, I've compiled a list of the top 5 things you can do to show your man that you love and respect him. And I guarantee that you'll be shocked and surprised at how much he shows you the affection you need as well. Number 1, say something complimentary on a regular basis, but make sure it's a genuine comment. As in, don't say something nice if you don't mean it. For example, don't say that you've noticed he's gained a ton of bicep muscle when he so obviously hasn't. Instead, take a step back and really observe your man. See what you like and what you appreciate and say it. Pretty simple, but love doesn't have to be rocket science. Number 2, respect unconditionally. Most women will only give a man respect once he earns it. While this is rational, giving your man respect first will not only encourage him to act more chivalrous and caring about you, but he'll also love you for it. And again, respecting him means that he'll be willing and wanting to respect you as well. And what woman wouldn't want that? By doing this, you're effectively creating a positive feedback loop. The more respect you give, the better he acts. And the better he acts, the more willing you'll be to give him the thing that he wants more than anything. Number 3, prevent lashing out at him. I know it's hard to do, but by lashing out and belittling your man, you effectively force him to be repulsed by you. In a recent study, 75% of men admitted that they feel like they are unsure of themselves. You may not feel like your man genuinely thinks this way, but men are brought up in a society to be a man, and that if you don't live life in a particular way, then you are somehow less for it. So when your man makes a mistake, the way for him to fix that mistake isn't to make him feel like less of a man. The best way to get him to change a certain behavior is to support him. So remember this, ladies. The next time you want to yell out, "What's the matter with you?" or "Can't you do anything right?" try and support your man instead. You'll be glad you did. Number 4, show respect using your body language. Now this is where you can really shine. In my free video presentation on CoachNorth.com, I go through covert psychological body language cues that force a man to become almost emotionally addicted to you. And one of the ways to do this is to use body language. Again, go to that website if you want to learn the full method, but here are a couple of body language tips you can use. Touch him during heightened states of appreciation. That means when you compliment or support your man, hold his arm or hand when you're doing it. By doing so, you'll give him the immediate impression that you mean what you say. You'll also condition him to associate your touch with feelings of love and admiration, and this is totally based on science. Ever heard of Pavlov's dog theory? Ivan Pavlov was a scientist that conducted a psychological experiment on his dog. And what he would do is ring a bell every time he fed his dog. After conditioning the dog to listen to the bell when he ate, Pavlov later tried ringing the bell when there was no food around. What he did was force his dog to associate the sound of a bell with food. Now, I'm not saying you should be treating your man like a dog, but you should learn to make him condition your touch with positive feelings. If you do this enough, he'll be addicted to you in no time. Number 5, remember your manners. This seems like a little thing to do, but if your man goes out of his way to do something for you, thank him. Say sorry every time you've done something wrong and you know it's your fault. You'll be shocked and amazed when you realize that he'll start treating you the same way in return. Keep in mind that these 5 tips aren't all of them. There are a ton of other tips I share on my video that I have on coachnorth.com. So once you've given this video a quick like, please head on over to coachnorth.com and watch the free video presentation. Okay, that just about does it. Thanks and talk soon.